Straight away, we've got breaking news for you here on the Transfer Show. Kaveh Solokol, what have you got?
Well, Chelsea have been offered the chance to sign Mohammed Kudus from West Ham United. And my information is that Chelsea have not said no at the moment, and they are considering whether to add Mohammed Kudus to their list of attacking targets. Now, during discussions, the name of Robert Sanchez was also brought up, the Chelsea goalkeeper. Now, West Ham are interested in signing Sanchez. And of course, Sanchez worked with the West Ham manager, Graham Potter, when the two of them were together at Brighton and Hove Albion.
OK, does that free up... Sorry, Kaveh, does that free up a spot then to get a goalkeeper in at Chelsea? Well,
I think if Chelsea sign a new goalkeeper, it will be before they leave for the Club World Cup next week. And of course, we know that there is interest in Mike Maignan, the AC Milan goalkeeper. They've been offered the chance to sign him. Now, he has told Milan that he wants to move to Chelsea and he will not sign a new contract at Milan. Remember, he's out of contract next summer. So he's basically telling Milan, either I move this summer, I want to go to Chelsea, or I will walk out next summer on a free transfer. Also, another possible incoming at Chelsea is Jamie Gittins from Borussia Dortmund. He remains a top Chelsea target, and Chelsea are exploring the parameters of a potential deal for him.
Now, while you were talking, I got news that you've got more breaking news, this time on Liam Delap. What's that?
Well, look, a decision has been made. Good news for Chelsea supporters. Liam Delap is definitely going to the Club World Cup with Chelsea next week. Now, originally, if he hadn't signed for Chelsea, he would be playing in the under-21 Euros, which start next week in Slovakia. Of course, England are the defending champions. Now, this is a unique scenario for Liam Delap and also Chelsea and England, because this is a new FIFA tournament. This is the first time we've had a month-long Club World Cup in the...
And the fact that they don't want Jadon Sancho. How has this situation come about?
Yeah, well, obviously, Jadon Sancho was a key player for Chelsea last season. 31 appearances in the Premier League, 7 goals and assists, and he was on loan from Manchester United. But there was an obligation inserted into that contract that Chelsea could activate for £25 million. There was no loan fee, crucially, for Jadon Sancho going to Chelsea. But Chelsea are paying Manchester United £5 million not to buy Jadon Sancho. And I can see the way you're looking at me there, Mike. You're going, well, hang on a second. What's going on there? Quite simply, Jadon Sancho...
Chelsea fans, hold on to your seats. The Blues have been handed a golden opportunity to sign West Ham's electrifying star Mohammed Kudus, and it's got the Premier League buzzing. Glowing star, the 24-year-old Ghanaian sensation, known for his dazzling dribbles and goal-scoring flair, could be the key to supercharging Chelsea's attack for the 2025-26 season and their Club World Cup campaign. Soccer ball with a hefty £85 million release clause for Premier League clubs kicking in this July. Chelsea are weighing a move for the versatile forward who lit up the league with 18 goals and 10 assists in his debut season. Fearful face, but will Enzo Maresca pull the trigger, or will rivals like Arsenal and Liverpool swoop in? Eyes click now for the full scoop, exclusive transfer insights, and what Kudus could mean for Chelsea's title chase.
To sign permanently for Chelsea. So therefore, they couldn't find some common ground with regards to that deal. So Chelsea said, thanks very much. We'll pay the penalty in the contract and we're going to be sending you back to Manchester United. Now, this is a player that has a lot of interest from around Europe and crucially started the big games at the end of the season and, of course, the Europa Conference League final. So no question he's got quality and ability, but wage is the stumbling block. And Chelsea just said, on this occasion, we're going to send you.
Mark's bigging him up, James. But did he do enough at Chelsea to have a lot of options now?
Well, I think there were really promising stages at the very beginning and right at the very end with that goal against Real Betis last week in the Conference League, which just showed what he can do and what we were used to seeing at Borussia Dortmund. It's something we've not seen a huge amount from Jadon Sancho in the Premier League, either at Chelsea or at Manchester United. But Enzo Maresca was full of praise for him when he spoke about him in the final few weeks of the season, saying that if we qualify for the Champions League, then it's because of Jadon Sancho. if we win the Conference League, it's because of Jadon Sancho. I think there was a huge amount of credit which he built up there. And as Mark's saying there, I don't think it's a case of Chelsea not willing to spend the £25 million fee. It was more about they couldn't get him to fit within the wage structure. The question you'd have is, were there conversations that took place at the start of last season when this deal was agreed? Because at that point, if Chelsea were to sign him permanently, then that conversation you'd think would have already happened about the fact is, listen, you're on this amount of money now, but if you do sign permanently, you're going to have to take a huge wage cut from what you're on at Manchester United. So I think, as far as United are concerned, there'll be immense frustration because I think at the start of last season they felt that they were able to close a really disappointing chapter with Jadon Sancho. But now this summer they're going to have to try to find a way to get him out of the football club. Perhaps there's a way in which he's integrated under Ruben Amorim, who's not had a chance to work with him, who has no relationship with him whatsoever. Perhaps there is that case. It seems unlikely. I think the preference from all parties, including Jadon Sancho, would be a clean break now. There is still 1 year left on that contract. Let's bear in mind how much money Manchester United have paid Jadon Sancho not to play for their football club. They helped fund his wages at Borussia Dortmund.